Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube teacher chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, Christmas List has just decided that he cannot keep cool. In a positive way, he just decided he's missing vlogging and he wants to hit the road doing vlogging. This one is seen when he put up a small clip doing rounds that he needs a GoPro or a MacBook, kind of a laptop that he can hire. It doesn't need something so expensive, so long as it's something that is capable of recording. Now he wants to go along the street to do vlogging. You know, he wasn't restricted for any other kind of vlogs. It wasn't barred by the police. Though the kind of vlogging that he's saying wants to do, he just wants to go to the street and see the people's reaction. And they just want to go to the good sides, not to the gang-infested areas. You know, guys, at this point, I just want to be Christmas List. Christmas List is a kind of guy who has got a metal heart. He's a metal body. You know, nothing can take Christmas List down. That's a kind of a character that I found itself daring. You know, at the moment you feel Christmas List is at its point of lowest, this is the point that Christmas List shall pull things around and things apart that will leave people asking questions. Are you there? So let's watch this short video, then we'll come up and talk about more that is I'm going to add at these progression stages of this video.
From the bottom of my heart, greatly appreciate. I wish I could answer every comment and question. It's not possible right now, but please take it from my heart right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tough time for me, and it makes it a lot easier knowing there's so much love, not only here in the city, but around the world. So, Trinidad, I still love you. Also, a special request, a strange but special request. I'm still here. I'm currently locked down in this country. My passport's gone. Therefore, I'm ready to work. All my electronics have been confiscated by police, including cameras, laptop, and phone. I went and bought a new phone today. So, if anybody in the city has an extra GoPro or a Mac computer that I can borrow for even a week, I want to get back out on the street tomorrow and start documenting. I'm ready. You can't hold a good man down. I'm ready to keep working. So, no, I won't be going into those type of dangerous neighborhoods to film, but I will be showing some very positive sides of this beautiful country called Trinidad. So, if you're in the city, you can help me out. I don't need the newest technology. I just need something. Apple, laptop.
You know, that is Christmas List for you. And the main reason that Christmas List has said is going to plead not guilty, because he believed he was not arrested. Police just wanted his cooperation to aid in investigation. Are you there? So he might be put as a witness going forward, because this is what I'm thinking. Because he's not guilty of any charge. He's not even aware of the charge, because the police called him that he wanted to help police investigation, something that he refuted. But now, because he was so adamant, then that thing has turned to be put in a comunicado. Again, that alone cannot put restriction on his vlogging activities. Neither the police nor the court barred him from vlogging. You know, I believe, and as we speak right now, a GoPro and a camera has already been given and has already been donated to Christmas List. And we're just waiting a moment and a few minutes to come, and that one is after the court proceedings, where Christmas List will be taking a plea and he will be pleading not guilty. I think after the court sessions, he's going to hit the street to vlog. Are you there? So the kind of vlogging I've just seen you, the people reaction. So expect a video from Christmas List in minutes few, So he had already hit the street, had got the vlog, recorded it, and soon is posting the reaction of the people. Christmas list is daring. With me, I cannot. That's why I'm saying with admiration. I admired this guy, the whom and the daring he is. The guy is a soldier by himself, self-made. There's no doubt. So, Christmas list is also demystifying other myths that were put across by the Trinidadian newspaper, that he was taken around in 24 hours in the hood and in the ghetto to identify alleged criminals that was seen in his videos saying other heinous action towards the government. So Christmas Lee said that one was hogwash. Nothing could be further than the truth, that at this point of his lowest, and a newspaper fabricating a story about him, that alone, his arrest itself could not be complained, could not be explained, put in a communicado and untold suffering. Therefore, with this legal team, he considers pressing charges and serving a lawsuit to that newspaper. So the lawsuits on fabricated stories are either it's soon coming at a time that Christmas Reese is facing some kind of sensitive, and the issue itself is sensitive. Then a newspaper went so sensational, a YouTube went so sensational and went grotesquely high-tech to paint Christmas Reese of what is not. Either maybe they wanted the gang to start viewing Christmas Reese in a very negative way, something which was not. And again, Christmas Reese is saying, however, the newspaper have recanted the stories and they have apologized. But that's now up to the legal team of Christmas List. Another question also to the interview that they did, Christmas List was asked that people out there is perceiving Christmas List to be the part of Trinidad and Tobago government project, maybe a spy sort of, or a federal kind of agent, or a CIA, in whatever he does, just because he was in Afghanistan, just because he has been in Somalia, he has been in Iraq, he has been in Cuba, and he has been so daring. So the perception itself. So Christmas Lee said that's a hogwash. He's just been doing whatever he's loving. Another perception, a political ploy, something that I've been talking about, because there's a political ploy, and this one I believe it's so, that people also perceive that Christmas list is being used by the opposition, politics, to paint the Trinidad and Tobago government on a bad light, because this one has been the campaign of the oppositions and the politics who have been siding with the gangs. So that one again is bringing troubles. Maybe it's the perception that the government have perceived Christmas list, now made them misconstrued it, and they wanted to know more about it. So that perception itself, and the kind of mirroring brought a problem. So hence a political ploy that was brought into the offing to have Christmas list get arrested and arraigned in court. Are you there? And again, Christmas list has come again to demystify other facts, that he's saying he wasn't arrested. He was brought in for questioning, which resulted into inability to evacuate the country to Guyana, because he was supposed just only to spend 5 days. But when he received the call and he wanted to leave, other things keep on telling him, don't leave. Then the hands and the law and the hands of the authority get him apprehended. And up to now, he hasn't moved any forward. Are you there? It's considering to file a lawsuit against also the Trinidad government of detaining him unlawfully into a communicado and infringing in his private life. Are you there? And these are the things that I've been telling people. But if Chris Masilis wasn't arrested, and the government itself was calling Chris for questioning, then it later turned that Chris is arrested, and his rights are being violated left to right. So that alone begs the question, what kind of arrest was it? Was it a kidnap? Was it detainment in a comunicado? Up to now, the legal team says Chris Masilis was not arrested. It was picked in a comunicado and put in a comunicado. His rights were highly violated. Either. And at this point, I only need to advise Chris Masilis, let him take the plea first, including even suing that newspaper, so that his case must be exhausted fully. So the moment he gets his freedom, then he can consider suing both the government and the Trinidad local newspaper, who have just went rampage to paint him in a bad picture. He's also saying that he wasn't arrested in Somalia. Somalia, it was an uproar just because he was helping people, just because he showed these people money, something that he never knew it was against the Islamic law. So he was just giving it out of a good heart. Then it brought things. So, which means he had to leave because people were talking about it. So no arrest was made in Somalia. Cuba, he was arrested just because he flew in the drone, something that he was supposed to have license to do it. It was not the similar kind of activity. Only 2 places and Trinidad. The rest of the places, he's been having an easy time, documenting what he loves. No crime at all. So is demystifying that kind of a fact. So let's watch this video for a short while, then we'll come with a closure.
With a search warrant and a list of charges, all of which were related to gang activity. My items were confiscated, all electronics, cameras, etc. And I was not arrested. I was brought in for questioning, but that questioning also included the inability to leave. So I was also warned that if I tried to leave, I would be arrested. And I guess that's how the last 7 days of my life have landed me in the position I'm in right now today.
And I know that you did not come to Trinidad and Tobago expecting to receive such a response for covering the type of stories that you have been covering. How was your interaction with the police so far?
Yeah, I'm by no means an expert in interrogation. I believe they have a job they are doing. I'm in my eyes, I'm 100% innocent. I'm not going to be pleading guilty on any charge that's in front of the courts. The very basics, without me getting into the exact details of my case, is I'm being charged because somebody in one of my videos said something that the government feels is deemed as dangerous. And you spoke about freedom of the press, and that's a topic that I'm sure will come up during my proceedings. It was nothing that I verbalized, but it was something that a stranger that I was questioning in a video said that has me in this hot water right now.
Can you understand where the type of content that you would have been putting out there on your channel may have negatively reflected how the government is dealing with crime and dealing with gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago, and how that could have led them to pursuing you in this way?
Yes and no. You know, the realist in me understands that if a tourist, or anybody for that matter that's in media, publishes crime and the reality, it shines a light on some negative issues that we all wish did not exist. But the reality is it does exist. Before I came to Trinidad, it exists, and thereafter you're in mainstream media. I'm sure you realize by looking through the daily newspaper headlines that crime, violence, murder, robbery, abduction are like daily activities here in Trinidad. I wish that was not the case. I wish we could talk about how incredible the food is and the culture and the people, which they are. But the reality is there's a real crime problem. This beautiful country named Trinidad and Tobago should not, I wish the highlight was not gang activity. I'll put it that way. But, what I do is I go to places and I give people the voice. If there was a tornado in Japan that destroyed millions of homes, I would go there and document the grieving and crying people, the victims of the problem. Now, I've never had an issue in any other country when recording with my camera. That might be different on the day I go to North Korea. But I thought I was in Trinidad and Tobago, not North Korea. And I did believe I had the basic human rights to record and have conversations with strangers freely. So that's what I'll end up fighting for in court.
Understood. And in retrospect, what would you have done differently? Because there is the conversation about what would have happened had you gone back to Canada and then posted the content. Then, in retrospect, what would you have done differently?
Yeah, I'm a father of 3, and I teach my children to be accountable for their actions. I don't look back and think about what would have happened or what could have happened, because it didn't happen. I did post the videos, and I'm in Trinidad. I must abide by the laws of Trinidad. So, again, I'm accountable for my actions, and I'm confident that a judge will see that I had no motive or intentions or malice intentions. For anybody that follows my content, the video I'm most proud of is the march that I did through the streets with the mothers of people that have passed away to violence. My intention was never to make Trinidad look bad. I film a lot of other videos outside of the gang-style videos. What I would say is, instead of what would I change, I wouldn't change anything. I've learned something from the experience that when I'm walking through the streets and I have a camera, I am accountable for what I publish. So I really have to pay attention to what the people are saying to ensure it's not breaking any laws, whatever city or country that I'm in.
And has this experience painted a negative light on Trinidad and Tobago for you? Would you be visiting again after this?
Hopefully, first of all, hopefully Trinidad and Tobago will welcome me back again. And you know what? It's quite the opposite. The support I've gotten, I've only been out about 24 hours, and just walking through the streets and the horn honking and fists in the air and Chris, we support you. I loved the country before I went to jail, and I'll tell you what, the support of the people here, and it's not that I'm requesting it, this is general, it's real. How do I say I love the country more now after 6 days in jail than I did before? And I don't blame anyone. There's nobody. I'm not blaming the government. I'm not blaming the police. Again, as a man that knows I'm not perfect, I've made mistakes in the past, and I guarantee I'll continue to make mistakes, but hopefully I learned from this one, and I have nothing but love for the people in the country of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, and there is speculations or persons alleging that this is all in an attempt to get you to remove the videos off of the internet because of how it exposes the fact that we may not have the handle on crime that we propose to have. What do you think about that?
I agree that I don't think that you have the handle on crime. To answer that straightforward, the crime is too normalized here. Anybody I speak to has lost 10 friends to violence, so I mean, that's not normal. But I know the police have a very difficult job. They're understaffed. So I'm not to blame anyone at all. But what I can say is nobody during the course of my, I guess it's been 7 days since I've been arrested, not one individual asked me to take down a video. This interrogation or this arrest had nothing to do with me taking down videos. On the day, the first opportunity, I had to call my wife, which took a few days after arrest. I requested her, just out of the respect of the country that I'm visiting, let's remove the videos until we figure out which video or which item, because I still don't know which video in particular offended the police or broke the law. So I just asked her to privatize the videos, but that was my own discretion. I asked the police, would you like me to remain, like, for the videos to remain down? They said, it's up to you. So the videos will be up. About 6 or 7 were published last night. And I'll go through each of the remaining videos to make sure that I'm abiding by the local laws, and they will all go back up. So just to be confirmed, there's nobody ever requested me to take these videos down. It was my personal opinion. Even my lawyers did not suggest this. This is my personal opinion.
Okay, and there were headlines in the newspaper just a couple of days ago stating that Chris goes for a drive, suggesting that the police took you on a drive to many of these hotspot areas that you highlighted in order to pinpoint persons who were in your video. Is this true?
Yes. No, not at all. And the sad but honest truth is mainstream media, I don't know where they get their information from. I'm a strong believer that article is written for one purpose, to harm myself. They know the danger of implicated me with a tour of the hotspots. The simple answer is no, it didn't happen. I haven't left my cell. I had cellmates with me for the 6 days that can account that even when I go to the toilet, they're watching me. So no, I never left. And that newspaper the following day had to recant the story, although it was just a small paragraph on like page 8, in which they said that the information that they provided was not factual. But you know what? That's what sells newspapers. So not every mainstream media is going to have morals, and that I'll be straightforward. There's a civil suit in front of me 100%. That's not something that you just simply walk away from. My life is on the line. And when mainstream media openly lies like that, that's a real problem to the world, to anybody that consumes the content. So no, that did not happen at all.
Your attorney, Mr. Anand Ramlogan, he suggested that a lawsuit would be forthcoming because of a breach of your constitutional right. Are you intending to sue the state because of your arrest?
We're taking it one day at a time. Tomorrow I have court, so that's all I'm looking forward to. I'm not able to talk about anything else. I take the full advice of my lawyer, because that's what he's hired to do.
Okay, and once you do receive your passport tomorrow, can we see you leaving the country, or can we see more videos of your experience here in Trinidad and Tobago coming out from Christmas list?
In a perfect world, I would get my passport tomorrow. It's so far from that being a reality. That's not what the meeting is for tomorrow. So the likelihood of me leaving anytime soon, again, it's in the hands of the judicial system. So I would love to get home to my wife and kids, but I don't know how possible that is in the next couple days.
And what about your content creation? Does that continue with resilience, or have you been stopped in your tracks?
There's been no restrictions with my bail conditions at all. I was never asked or required to stop doing what I'm doing. My cameras were taken and they're used for evidence, so I don't have the equipment that I would normally have, but I do have a few local friends that said, pass by today and I'll give you a camera. So as soon as I get off this call, I'll be in a vehicle on my way to check into the police first. That's one of my conditions. I need to sign in, which I will be doing after this call. And today I'll be out in the streets recording the reactions of strangers, and that will be uploaded tomorrow to my channel.
Understood. Now, there have been speculations on the media just as short as yesterday that you are an operative of the government's opposition, and you have been paid to basically come in and expose the incompetence of the government in dealing with crime and youths in these underserved areas. What response do you have to these comments?
The simple answer is no. But, you know,
So you've just listened to yourself. That is Christmas list. He's saying what he feels and he's saying what he believes on. And right now we are just waiting for the plea. Whether he pleaded guilty or not, we are just waiting for the update of the court case, because today he was supposed to appear before the judge for further questioning and for plea. So basically, what normally happens, because it's a charge, the charge will be read, then taking a plea does not need argument of case. There shall never be merit and demerits of that case, because it will just only mention and a plea. So mention is to take a plea. The charges will be read from the charge sheet that Mr. Chris so and so, you've been charged. There's a substantial ground to believe that on this particular day, you're abating crime at this particular location XYZ. Do you agree or you don't agree? I don't agree. Are you guilty or not guilty? I'm not guilty. So that one alone. Then thereafter, after the charge sheet shall have been read and Christmas list shall have responded, therefore it will bring the end of that plea. Then the judge will give a discretion and will give the next hearing, whether it's continuing or it's not continuing, whether it's going to pre-trial or not pre-trial, or whether the state have considered to put Christmas list as a witness or Christmas list has got a case to answers. So until next time, this is Senior Zach.